Hello everyone, this is Mountain Rain. I'm going to share with you today some information, a lot of information that I've been getting, and what this information means and how I am getting it to the best of my ability. I am seeing many changes this year in 2020. And the changes I am seeing are based on the consciousness of humanity, where their thoughts are at this time. There are many souls waking up. And what we see is the Great Awakening. The coincidences in these words are important. Everything that we think and everything that we imagine is eventually brought out into material manifested thought. And everything that is happening right now on our plane of existence and on this planet is based on that thought. Everything that we see within our political system, within our world, has all been the cohesive thoughts of all humanity over these hundreds, thousands of years, and is culminated into what we see today. When you come into this thought process of awareness of what is going on around you and tapping into divine knowledge and Akashic records, the wisdom isn't that which you thought was going to be magical and explain to you and show you every detail of your life, and everything would just be worked out for you. In tapping into this awareness, I have discovered that it is a peace beyond all understanding. It is not magical in the way people think it is. The knowing that comes upon you when you are in this state of mind is a knowing that has always been within you. Clearing away the clutter of everything that you've been taught and indoctrinated into is the biggest key factor into tapping into this knowledge that has always been there. The knowledge coming through about humanity and the direction it is taking in 2020, I see very clearly in my mind and in my soul. Nothing magical about it. It is just those times when you're able to sit still with yourself, within yourself, in that desert of clear thinking. And in it, you aren't thinking at all. It is more of a movement, it is more of an awareness. And when you hear of people able to read people, know their thoughts, extrasensory perception, all of those things that come with this awareness. It is not magical. It's natural. And if you long for those things, when you're in this awareness, you realize when you want them, you will never attain them. But it's when you give it up, when you give everything you have and give it up to awareness, that they appear. And it's easy. Now going into 2020, the visions I see and the reasons everything are happening, this is through my perception. The information will either resonate or it will not, depending on where your perception lies as well. But the vision is strong among many. What we are seeing is a reflection of the inner consciousness. Within the political system of the United States of America, right now, we see two sides. What we see is duality. Choosing the side is going to be a personal, individual choice, or choosing any side at all. But what we are seeing is a state of mind play out, a state of mind of a morals and judgment and on which direction we should take, and who is right and who is wrong, and who is bad and who is good, and both sides are pointing fingers at the other. So now we're in a standoff with ourselves. And as we see, the United States is in a standoff with itself. There's a point at this time we are even accusing ourselves of our own atrocities. And accusing others and blaming ourselves for their atrocities. So in a sense, we're blaming everyone. But within it, we also see there is a part of it that says, I am responsible. I am responsible for my own well-being. It's time for me to stand up, be bold, take responsibility, and change. When we look at this political system, we, as a people, are looking for direction. Are we going to let the government lead us into the direction that they think is appropriate for us? Are we going to lead ourselves in the direction that we think is appropriate for our well-being of humanity? This is where we're at. And within ourselves, within many of us, we have come into this state of awareness that it is personal choice. It is personal awareness where we are going with humanity to come together in unity. We have to be strong within ourselves. We have to be strong within this country before we can branch out to other countries and police them. And when we discover we don't have to police anybody but ourselves, everything falls into place. And as I come to this state of awareness within myself, I see how easy it really is. It was never meant to be difficult. And as this year moves on, and this great awakening is taking place, we will see a rise in technology. We will see things coming out that we never even knew would exist. Just as back when I was growing up, I never even knew an internet would exist. It was never even thought of. The information world. This kind of information getting out to anyone. All of these things that we've seen within our government, with the push and pull and push and pull, is going to become easy. But 2020 is going to be rough. It's going to be a hard year. It's going to be an eye-opening year. Because you're going to see a lot of pushing and pushing against the grain when it isn't necessary. But for the awakening of mankind, it is necessary. All of the things that we wanted for this world will come to pass through this year of 2020. Maybe not all in this year, but the years to follow, yes. Because what we will realize among many of us is that an internal state of awareness and sovereignty is needed for any country to continue, or for any being to continue. We cannot follow the system. We create the system. The system does not dictate to us how life is going to be. We dictate to the system how life is going to be. And looking at the whole picture of how we see humanity, do we want to be separated, or do we want to be united? Hence, the United States of America. This is all in the plan. It has all been forethought within the ethereal realms. This is nothing new to any of us that are aware of what's going on. This year we will see a lot of upheaval in religion, technology, pharmaceuticals, and life in general. How we live our life. Transportation is going to be a big one as well. What I do see also is the food. How we are going to eat our food. People are going to become really conscious of how we are eating our food and how it's being processed and prepared. Because our bodies are important. They are tools. They are what make us who we are in this realm of existence. And if our bodies aren't healthy, our minds aren't going to be healthy. And this is going to be everything that I've just discussed is going to come into play in 2020, and there are going to be many that are going to push against it. Push against it. For the betterment of themselves, for the betterment of humanity, it's going to be a personal choice. In the end, the betterment of humanity will win. And love will win. And this awareness that I speak of is solemn, bold, and sovereign, and is awake among thousands. We will never give up. We will never surrender to a duality that has been going on for thousands of years. Unity is the goal, and we will win. I love you all. Peace, love, prosperity. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.